Before that though, beer. I had intended to have another wheat beer tonight, specifically Franziskaner. But I had a suggestion from one of my subscribers, Bryn, who pointed out in his opinion the best beer in the world comes from Wales. He did say that I'd probably struggle getting anything local, but I might get the main Welsh brewery, Brains. So I had a look on the website, the supermarket where we do the shopping, Tesco's, and indeed they had Brains SA in cans, and they had this, the Reverend James. So I decided that the tins of SA would just be the ordinary bog standard bitter, and the bottles of Reverend James might be a bit more interesting. And the label says, a silky, full-bodied, warming ale brewed to a traditional recipe. It's 4.5% by volume. So let us see what sort of beer comes out of Cardiff. It's a 500ml bottle, so we should get it all in the pint glass comfortably, unless I cock it up. There we go. So, oh, it's got a nice reddish tinge to the colour, looks quite lively. It smells quite malty. That's not bad. That's nice beer. Nothing weird, no odd flavours. Malt at the beginning, a bit of hops at the end, but not too much. That's really nice. That's a taste of the good life, the Reverend James. It says on the label it's been described as having a flavour not commonly available these days, which is bollocks because it just tastes like beer. But it's very nice beer, so cheers, Bryn. And now to business. The Otter Messer 167K. Okay, so here we have the knife in the box. Messer 167K carbon steel. So as I say, this is from Otter Messer in Zollingen. The knife comes in a nice heavy brown paper wrap. And in the box we have a little leaflet. German on one side, English on the other. How to care for your knives. Don't leave carbon steel knives wet or they will rust. No shit, Sherlock. Ballistol wipe. I've heard the name Ballistol quite a lot, but I've never actually come across it. When I saw this in the box, I looked up the product on Tinternet, and it actually looks like quite a good product. So I'm thinking of getting some of this. Put onto the knife. And there we have the Otter Messer 167K. So what have we got? Single blade, slip joint pocket knife with bone handles. Just try and adjust the lighting so we don't get too much glare. It's quite a plain knife. We've got 3 steel pins, plain back spring, steel liners, bolsters at the front. The back spring is very strong and we've got half stop, which is good. There's a nail nick on one side of the blade, but the other side is completely blank. We have Germany Zollingen on the tang, carbon, and then Otter Messer Zollingen. Nice spear point blade. It's quite well made. The fit and finish overall is quite good. This cost me, I think, £40. Because the blade is carbon steel and because the finish isn't a very fine polish, there are some signs of tarnish or patina, depending how you feel about it, along the spine and on the tang. And there is some clear red ink on the tang as well, which I think is just a leftover from marking up in manufacturing. The bone handle scales are very nice, very smooth, rounded off, but there is one flaw. There's a little tiny ding there. At first I thought that was just a pore in the bone, because obviously bone is porous, but when you look closely you can see the natural pores in the bone, and that is quite different. I'll show you some close-ups at the end, but I think I will have to try and fill that with something. So what's the factory edge like? We've got a flat grind with an edge bevel, usual sort of fairly thin catalogue paper, no problem there. So let's try with the old phone book paper. Again, lovely and sharp, a very nice factory edge, nothing wrong with that at all. So, a few specs. How big is it? Well, I get a 4-finger grip on the handle. We have a handle length of 3.5 inches, about 90mm. The blade length, tip to bolster, is a shade over 2.5 inches. It's about 65mm. So this is UK friendly. Bit where he was saying UK legal, because although it doesn't break the rules, the usual caveats apply regarding not carrying legal pocket knives in sensitive places. The blade centering is spot on. There are no sharp edges or raised edges. It's all nicely rounded. We've got this sort of pillow or cushion shaped profile on the bolsters. It is quite a heavy knife for its size. It weighs 64.7 grams, which in English is 2.28 ounces. So it's actually, to be honest, I'm surprised. I thought it would be heavier than that. It feels very solid. It feels well made. It's not top of the line custom knife fit and finish, but I don't think really there's anything significant to be concerned about. The minor imperfections you might find, other than that ding in the bone scale, you will only find them if you go looking. And I don't know if it comes across on the camera, but the edge bevel does have a nice shine to it. And it's not often you see that. So, the 167K slip joint pocket knife from Otter. I like this. I like this one a lot. Thanks for watching.